opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Gun. Start. 11 MT take. 11 MT take. 12. Stop.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
I'm one, right?
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game.
Here we go.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Burrow from his own end zone. And that is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot, and it can force the incompletion.
A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a third and very long.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Browns will take over, first and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
The Browns at 7-9 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs, a nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
They'll look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. The Browns send out their punter now. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Burrow will throw.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays that we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now in the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, no doubt about it.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Gun. 11, 11.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
On 2, ready?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Here we go.
2nd and 4. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Here we go.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. It's Mixon on the counter. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kid who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Let's go now.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't know where to go. Here, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Agnew now to return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And his throw is incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
On third down, Burrow. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A minute 52 to play until halftime.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help them.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
11.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Gun. 11 empty.
Burrow looking to pass. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Burrow.
That's to the former Browns tight end, Austin Hooper.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Play action. It's Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. 31 yards.
And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A three-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no three-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw now on 1st down.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown.
Touchdown! Marquise Brown, 47 yards.
And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Burrow.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
11.
They will throw on first down with Burrow.
And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They go play action with Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Burrow on 3rd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended. How will each respond now and can either mount another positive series that ends in points for their team?
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. some movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he's able to get it out of there. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Elsewhere at Arrowhead, they're in the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have extended their lead in that one. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
At the 45.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. He's got room at the 30.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
Here we go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the 2. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Trap 60, trap 60.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Trap 60.
He'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running left, it's Mixon.
110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He's got his man on the crossing route. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Josh Allen in there to record another sack. And that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll set up a throw. And that is taken in by Njoku.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this will be caught by Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Back to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. This is the tight end, Njoku.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
18, pioneer.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Here we go.
And they take a knee. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Bengals,
they finish off the regular season at 12 up and 5 down.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Browns,
it will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.